Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Angel Storm. I am talking to you guys today about how to interpret a narcissist lie. And this is a really interesting question, and I think that this is not just applicable to narcissists, but to life in general, like how to tell or decipher when you're being told a lie, and what to do with that information, right? So basically the question that I was asked on Quora was, if the narcissist is a liar, so if most narcissists are just inherently lying about things, is the way that I should interpret what they're saying just to do the opposite, or take the opposite of what they're saying as the truth? And I think that that's probably what most people think of when they think of a liar, right? They're telling you the opposite of what is true. But that's actually not how most lies work, and it's certainly not how narcissist lies work. Most narcissists will not just outright lie to you about something. They will tell you a little bit of the truth. They'll include misinformation, they'll include disinformation. And so if you can think of like a continuum, and on one side is truth, and on one side is lying, right? Truth and a lie. Narcissists are going to mix. It's going to be muddied. I've got a lot of videos about how narcissists try to muddy the waters. This is something that they try to do to make people confused. They thrive in chaos because they're the one who made the chaos, and so they're the only ones who can calm the chaos. So this is part of their overall tactic. It's part of it fits into a larger strategy that they've already thought about ahead of time. So it's really important that you remember that. A narcissist is not going to fit into these little boxes that you are trying to put a narcissist into. They're always this. They never do that. They're not those categories. And that's why they work so good. And one of the reasons why one of their tactics of gaslighting, of causing the trauma bond, is so effective, because you don't know what you're going to get. You get addicted to this gambling. Essentially, you don't know what personality type you're going to get right now. Are you in the love bombing phase? Are you in the devaluation phase? Are they going to discard you? And as twisted as it sounds, you become addicted to that. So in terms of what's true and what's a lie, the important part to recognize is that if you know that you're dealing with a narcissist, you should never take anything that they say at face value. And you should assume that within whatever they've just told you is a little bit of truth and a little bit of a lie. And whether that's disinformation or misinformation. So disinformation is just lies. It's just a lie. So-and-so said X, Y, and Z. None of that could be true, right? None of it could be true. Or it could be misinformation. So-and-so said X, Y, and Z, and X and Y are actually true, but Z isn't. Or they didn't give you the context of why that was said. The narcissist is going to be doing this, and this is something that they, again, do to create this environment where they thrive. The energy that you put out of being confused, hurt, angry, sad, misunderstood, anxious, all of that energy that you put out when you hear the misinformation, the disinformation, or the straight up lie that the narcissist is telling you, is the environment that the narcissist thrives in. So it's really important that you recognize that your reaction to these things is really what the narcissist is after. So it really, if you and I say that to you to say, when the narcissist is telling you something and you know that they're a narcissist, you cannot automatically assume that whatever they're sharing with you is not going to be the 100% truth. And instead of, hanging on whatever words they're saying, ready to just take it as at face value, or trying to analyze it or whatever right then and there, why don't you work on your reaction to that? Your response to what they are saying is more important. So if you can work on, what sometimes is referred to gray rock, if you can just go gray rock when they're speaking and not give any kind of emotion, the narcissist is going to know that you're not going to immediately feed their need for that energy supply. And so you become less and less and less of a immediate go-to for supply source for the narcissist. The other thing that this will help you work on is controlling your own self. So regardless of what comes into your atmosphere, you don't need to take everything that comes your way, right? So not every person that comes your way is meant for you to be connected to. Not every piece of information that comes your way is meant for you to respond to. And this is very important with, I've talked about in a couple of videos that I've done and released now on INFJ-T, especially INFJ-T. You guys are the most likely to become victims of narcissistic abuse, and it's very important that you start to monitor your own behavior and recognize that what you decide flows out of you is what the narcissist is given. So you're actually in control. Sometimes it feels like the narcissist is just doing these things to you, but you're actually in control of it. So if you can start monitoring how you respond to the narcissist, that's going to lessen the degree to which the narcissist can not only access you, but also it helps you to establish a very definite boundary of where you are and where the world begins, where other people begin, where you end. This is my space, where it can be difficult for y'all to do that sometimes. So this will work both ways for that. And in terms of it's building your authority, ultimately, is what I'm trying to say, your authority over your own life. And if you can't control your own thoughts, your own reactions and responses to different stimuli that come into your environment, then you're already a slave to whatever is coming into your environment, whether that's a person, and those are words, that's a situation, you're a slave to that thing, because you don't dominate it. You need to take back authority over your own life. And you can do that by not reacting, not responding to certain things, recognizing that if you're dealing with a narcissist, just call it what it is. This person is a narcissist and I cannot trust them. Recognize that you cannot trust even sometimes your own thoughts. So start taking inventory of the types of thoughts that you're having. Where are these things coming from? INFJ, T types, you guys are like the super empaths, which I've talked about before in my other videos, and you need to recognize that that's a gift. But if you don't recognize it as a gift and you don't know that you're feeling other people's feelings, you're thinking other people's thoughts, you can hear and feel what other people around you are sensing. They're not all yours. And so if you internalize those kinds of things constantly, you never figure out who you truly are. And therefore, nobody can ever access your gift, right? Because you're not helping anybody else heal those parts of them that are broken, those thoughts that they're having, those trauma memories that they're experiencing. You're not going in and helping them heal. You're trying to figure your own self out because you think all of those things are yours when they're not. So I say all of this to talk to you about really authority. This is all about authority. It's taking authority over your life. And if you try to just make it black and white, like anything that the narcissist says, they really mean the opposite. Why are you doing that type of analysis in the first place? That's a faulty setup for how to interpret what the narcissist is saying. It's a bad system to analyze the information that's coming into your environment. Instead, take authority over your own self. Recognize the situation for what it is. I know that this person is a narcissist. I can't trust everything that they say. Some of what they say might be true. Some of what they say might be a lie. It's a little mixture of both, probably is most likely the situation. But why ultimately are you allowing this person to speak into your life? Why do you even care about what information they are giving to you? Why does that weigh so heavily in your opinion, in your decision making, that kind of thing? So you really need to analyze why that information is having so much weight in your own life. That's how you ultimately will break that hold that they have over you so that you can move forward and do your own thing. This is about authority over your own life. This isn't trying to figure out somebody else's situation or what their thought process is while they're lying to you. What, are they lying to me because they want me to think that? You're going down and putting energy into something that doesn't need to go that way. Instead, what you can just do is focus on yourself, because that you can 100% control. You can always control your responses and your reactions. What the narcissist does, says, when they pop up with their lies, what kind of lies they tell you, you can't control that, right? I can't control if the narcissist comes into my life, and I've said this many times before, but what I can control is how long they stay and my response to them showing up in my life. And that's the kind of thing that I want you guys to focus on and think about. And also recognize that it isn't black and white. Just as you probably wouldn't like it if somebody tried to put you in a box, oh, they're always this way. The narcissist doesn't like that either. And the narcissist is trained to outsmart you in those games. They think that's going to be a game. Oh, they think I'm that way? Okay, I will switch it up and make my behavior go this way instead. They like that kind of thing, and you need to recognize that the moment you try to pin them down into, okay, whatever they say, the opposite is true, the narcissist is automatically going to switch the game. And it's going to be months or weeks or even longer before you even recognize that they've switched the strategy. They're not playing the same game anymore. This is something that they thrive in. You aren't going to think like the narcissist because you're not a narcissist. So instead of trying to figure out what they're doing, just focus on yourself, take back authority over your life, and keep it moving. You guys, that's all I have for you today. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel below and turn on the little bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video to this channel.